Okay, so first question. Do you think the Child Support Agency, short for obviously CSA, is beneficial? And does it really work?
I mean, in terms of getting money off the man, the other parents, yeah, it can be successful, but it depends on what the reason is for getting it. I mean, are you getting the money off the baby father to be spiteful? Are you getting it because, you should pay for his child? Like,
yeah, well, I would say 9 times out of 10. Well, to be fair, as you said, because some females, or could switch it and say males, probably are doing it kind of out of spite. Like, it probably was a thing where they was together and they probably wasn't paying anything and it wasn't really an issue.
Yeah.
But like, obviously, when the relationship breaks up and then obviously they're not contributing anything, then I feel like people probably go to CSA more in that retrospect. Like, obviously, from my personal opinion, I feel like the CSA is a bag of rubbish in terms of my own experiences.
Yeah.
Yes, I did put my child's father onto CSA, and that was because he wasn't doing anything providing for for my children. But in terms of actually getting any money, I don't get jack, and that's because at first he was working, and then through what reasons wasn't working. But then I would get letters, we've tried to get this from such and such, but we haven't been able to receive a payment. But I think that's unfair, because at the end of the day, rather, whether it's benefit money or work money, like, something should be taken. And because obviously the absent father is on benefits, I don't receive nothing, which I don't think's fair. Like, as it stands now, he owes me a couple grand. Like, this ain't no new rodeo. Like, I went to CSA years ago and I have not received a penny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but like, I mean, first of all, was it a relationship thing? Like, were the kids conceived through relationship, and was it like...
But it doesn't matter, relationship or not, you should be able to pay for your child. Doesn't
matter.
Nah,
bro, because if you get a man now, if you get a man that says, like, I've seen situations where a woman's gone to a man, babes, I'm pregnant, man said, not ready to be a dad. You get what I'm saying? Nah, well, I'm doing what I want to do. From you've decided that on your own, I'm saying, like, that's on you. You get what I'm saying?
But if you're not ready to be a dad, then put something on the end of it. You can't say, you're not ready to be a dad and you wasn't protecting yourself. Obviously, baby's gonna come.
It could be one of them situations where protection was there, but obviously, in the case of events, obviously it never worked. You get what I'm saying? Because not every single protection is 100%. But all right, let's just stick to, like, personal experience, for example. Was it relationship?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so when you was when you knew the child was coming, how was he?
He provided to a certain extent. I was the main caregiver. Like, I was the one that was fully providing, but obviously he used to have his little bits and bobs. So at that point, it was like, okay, it was acceptable because you was giving what you could. But then when it was a fact, like, obviously we're not together now and you're not doing nothing, then I have to draw for CSA, because my pitney them need certain things. My kids need food. My kids need clothes. They need, you know what I'm saying? They need to be looked after. So, as I said, that's why. And this is where I come back to some people. Some individuals probably do draw for it, like, highly, 9 times out of 10, after the relationship has broke down. You get me? So, in that retrospect, I would say that regardless of the fact if you was together and you was contributing, you should still be contributing after the fact that you're not together. So, as I said, in that kind of retrospect, you need to pay for your child regardless. And I feel like if it come to the point, it shouldn't have to get to CSA. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you're not with your the woman or the man anymore. It should just be your duty to want to provide. You shouldn't have to take for the other parent to go and run down that money from the government for you to pay. I think that's a cheat.
Well, wait. I hear what you're saying, but why does it have to be about money? Why shouldn't you be running the man down to come spend time with his kids? Why does it have to be running the man down for money?
I agree with that, but if you've tried and he doesn't want to participate and bond with the child neither, or spend, it's different if, okay, say, boom, he was there and he was like spending time. To me, bonding and spending time with your child is more important than money. So if that was a factor, then I would have probably seen with him for the time and said, you know what, all right, cool. He's there, obviously, in terms of being there for my children's needs, emotionally, socially, rare. Then I wouldn't have to go through the financial route. But when you're left with no choice and the other parent's not doing nothing, why should he get away with it? You get me? And as I said, coming back to where I feel like some parents probably do it kind of, not say out of spite, because it's not out of spite, but it's a thing where like, yeah, boom, wow, you're not doing it. And then friggy, it has to be CSA.
But then...
to make sure that at least you're financially paying for your child. If you don't want to be there physically, you got PF for it. You get me?
I hear what you're saying, but it's not worked. So you're at a loss anyway.
Exactly. True. I understand that.
So it's like you're drawing for the money, but then you ain't got nothing. So it's like, I just feel like at that point there, a woman kind of should just get on with it.
Yeah, but why is it left for just the woman to get on with it, where the father is a parent too? Why is it just left for the mum to get on with it? Like it was just them what made the child. I don't think that's fair.
No, 100%. I agree with you. I mean, in the circumstances of like, obviously, you got things like one night stands where, bam, woman's doing what she wants to do, keeping a kid, then obviously that's on the woman type of thing. But relationship wise, it's a tough one. But what can you do?
But you know what? As you say that, fair enough, yeah, one night stand or not, you was a participant in making that child, whether it's a one night stand or not, yeah. You know that child's yours, so you have to help pay for that child or contribute to that child's upbringing. I don't think that's right to say just because it's a one night stand, I'd have to pay for the you. That don't make no sense to me.
If it's a one night stand, how does the man know that's definitely his kid?
Well, then this is where you go down the route DNA test, and then you find out if it's yours. But if you wasn't protecting yourself, then there's a possibility that child's yours. So until you know otherwise, then you need to be there and contribute for the child. That's just my take on it. And as I said, like with this whole CSA thing, I just think it's a waste of time because, as I said, it's a government thing what's put there, but 9 times out of 10 you're not really getting any money unless the person is in a good job, and obviously they'll just take it straight out of their bank account, out of their wages. Then it's cool. Like I said, there are probably like instances where people are receiving CSA and they are getting money, but for the ones what like are on benefits and whatever, I feel like the government should still take a percentage out of that and give it to the parent, because at the end of the day, raising children on your own, it's not easy.
They're going
I've
handle.
been a single parent to 2 children and I've had to raise them on my own, like, you get me? And it's not easy.
They're going ham though. They're starting to say they're going to check people's bank accounts. So if a woman puts a man on CSA, they're looking to check like their whole bank account, seeing how much they get from work, obviously, and how much they pay for car insurance. They're looking to delve into a lot more things, you know.
They should.
Nah, that's all mad.
No, because as I said, if
that is all mad.
Are willing to lie down with a person and potentially make a child, try and say you need to have some kind of financial support towards that child. It's not the child's fault that they're there, that they've been brought into this world, and it's not just the one parent to be having to fend for themselves.
Safe. Digress a little now. When a man and a woman lie down and do what they're doing, safe. They lie down, do what they're doing. The issue, well, not issue. Obviously, I don't use that word. Now the woman's pregnant, yeah. From you two can't come to an agreement at a time. Like I always say, if I'm ever in that predicament, I'd say to a woman, come and talk to me. But if you're gonna tell, like, if I'm gonna say, like, come and chat to me so we can have this civil conversation.
In regards to what? Them going to CSA or keeping the child? What are we talking about?
In terms of obviously keeping a child, because obviously before CSA even comes, you got to discuss the issue of not the issue, sorry. You want to discuss the, not scenario. You want to discuss obviously this child being there now. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is before it gets to CSA, if you're saying you want to keep the kid and I'm saying get rid of the kid, it's going to be a recipe for disaster from there. Vice versa. So if I say keep it and the woman says no, the woman's going to do what she wants ultimately anyway.
It's her body. Regardless, you can't tell her if she feels like she wants to have this child. Fair enough, you've got to say, but overall it's her body. If she wants to carry that child and have that child, then you just got to accept it.
But that's all mad though, because if a man's not ready to be a parent,
put something on the end of it then. This is what I can't take with on a man, you know, because when it's time to getting down and in the nitty gritty, the man they don't think about all these things, but then when baby come now, then it's a whole issue. This is where like man need to start thinking with their head first, not their penis.
Whoa. No,
and then you get me. Then these issues wouldn't occur.
No, I disagree with that, because there's certain women I know that I've spoken to, and they'll be like, no, I told him to wear something rare. Well, clearly, whether you told him or not, you didn't make sure 100% that something was on the end. So when you're saying, well, the man needs to, no, but you're both responsible for your actions.
I understand that.
So the woman should be saying, nope, that's not
I
real.
understand
You know
that,
what
but
I'm
if
saying?
she wants a child, then she's not going to protect herself. Or if she's potentially swaying to say, oh, wow, possibly I wouldn't mind a child, then this is where the issue happens. And she probably wanted to probably have a child then. You know what I'm saying?
I say women are dangerous, man.
Well...
Dangerous, man.
It works both ways, you know what I mean? But overall, I do feel like CSA is, in my circumstance, a waste of time. I've been rocking with CSA for a good couple of years and I have not received a penny. I've raised my 2 children on my own with no help from the government, no help from the absent father. And it is what it is. Like, as I said, hopefully I do get my big grands backdated one day. But as it stands, I've never received anything.
I'll say it is effective, but depends on the circumstance. Because like I said, if a man's doing self-employed and he's got a good accountant, then obviously...
And he's got a good job, then he's not going to miss that little, 300 or 200 a month or whatever. But some of these mean man out here, don't want to work. You know what I'm saying? And obviously spite their own child because they don't want to contribute, so they'll rather sit on benefits. You get me? And like leave it to the one parent, which I feel is very spiteful. And you can really live with yourself to say that you're not helping your baby mother or your children with anything emotionally, socially, financially. Like, I feel like that's really unfair.
Let me ask you a quick question, like just outside of obviously the topic here. Have you ever spoke to him? And said like, because how do you know there's not something mentally going on inside in that person's head where they can't provide, or you get what I'm saying?
No. Sometimes you can talk so much to a person and like they're just, So basically, to answer your question, to be honest, I shouldn't have to tell you, your child needs shoes, your child needs food, your child needs heating for the yard. Like, I shouldn't have to tell you these things. You should just want to provide. You get me? Like, haven't you got a conscience? Why do I have to tell you these things? It's your child. Wouldn't you want to look after it? Furthermore, we have had the conversations. You get me? Now, it didn't come to the conversation about, I'm going to take it to CSA. Because to me, CSA was my last straw. I thought, I'm done talking. You get me? I'm done talking. You're not providing. You know what I'm saying? So it just got to that point where, you know what? Frig it. I'm going and doing what I've got to do because you're not an active parent. Straight. You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying still.
So, it's not beneficial for me at all. But big up to the ones that are receiving CSA from their partners and obviously, you know what I mean, doing what they've got to do. But just in the instance of my own circumstances, it is what it is and it's not effective for me.
Nah, I hear that.